Replicants are like any other machine. They're either a benefit or a hazard. If they're a benefit, it's not my problem.
I did your job once. I was good at it.
Things were simpler then.
The nickel is for the colonial ships. Closest any of them or any of us is gonna get to that grand life off-world. So come on now. What show do you have in mind? 'Cause I got all kinds.
I'm not buying.
No. This is just my game, and I play it fair. No. I mean, bigger than you. Bigger than you were trying to shut me down. Bigger than you, and they were men at that.
It's 2:45. There's no one in the place except you and me. Make it one for my baby, one more for the road.
I did your job once. I was good at it.
I know.
What do you want?
I want to ask you some questions.
The story, the themes, the stunning visual environments. It was a pleasure getting back to the world of Blade Runner again. Where are we going?
Home.
When I directed the original Blade Runner 35 years ago, I could never have imagined how iconic it would still be.
I have massive respect for the world Ridley Scott created. Blade Runner revolutionized the way we view science fiction.
When I heard that Ridley was continuing the narrative, I was already invested. I already wanted to know what happened next.
I think it's kind of fun to play a character 30 years later. I'm used to trying on old clothes. You know, happily, they still fit.
From the cinematography to the script to working with Denis and Ridley, Roger, Harrison, and Ryan, I just feel really lucky just to be on the team.
I never felt that much pressure off my shoulders, thinking that Ridley Scott will see this movie.
I've never worked on a film with so many sets and different lighting patterns. Technically, it's quite challenging.
They created this incredible world where there was a living, breathing universe.
Designing this was like walking on a knife's edge, riding the line between the original film and what we're doing now.
It's not just a replica of the first film. We're marrying the familiar with slightly divergent in order to give ourselves an identity.
We're trying to keep the visual effects very reality-based and grounded. People should look at it and go, wow, this is a beautiful shot. How did they get it?
I always told you, you're special. Your story isn't over yet.
The first movie was always meant to be a standalone film, but there's always more to tell than the 2 hours would allow.
We are making something special.
It feels like a very grounded, realistic extension of the original.
It's good to be home again.
Who'd you bring?
No one.
I know you're here.
This is impossible.
I have massive respect for the world Ridley Scott created. Blade Runner revolutionized the way we view science fiction. I know we are making something special.
When I directed the original Blade Runner 35 years ago, I could never have imagined how iconic it would still be. The first movie was always meant to be a standalone film, but there's always more to tell than the 2 hours would allow. It's good to be home again.
When I heard that Ridley was continuing the narrative, I was already invested. I already wanted to know what happened next. They created this incredible world. It was a living, breathing universe. It feels like a very grounded, realistic extension of the original.
The story, the themes, the stunning visual environments. It was a pleasure getting back to the world of Blade Runner again. I think it's kind of fun to play a character 30 years later. I'm used to trying on old clothes. You know, happily they still fit.
I think Blade Runner 2049 is a testament to the original story and the characters that were created. From the cinematography to the script to working with Denis and Ridley, I just feel really lucky just to be on the team.
I think it's challenging to talk about this film without saying anything about it. I've never worked on anything that's so, and rightfully so, shrouded in secrecy.
I sent Harrison Ford the script, and he said, this is the best script I've ever read.
What was always wanting was a story that flowed naturally out of the first. What do you want?
I thought you might be able to help me.
The first Blade Runner sent a shockwave in the world. At the beginning, we agreed what we were doing was deeply exciting, that it was a privilege.
There are films that come along and strike a chord. They become part of the way you see the world.
In this movie, the lighting, the camera, it's like a character in itself.
This Blade Runner is a new genius at work.
It's the same kind of color palette, but so made by another painter.
The film is incredible. It's haunting.
The key to the future is finally unearthed.
It's 2:45.
I missed you, baby sweet. Was a day.
No one in the police.
You plan on taking me in?
I would much prefer that to the alternative. It was a day.
Replicants are the future of humanity, but I can only make so many.
I play a character named Kay, who's a Blade Runner. 30 years after where the first film left off, the profession of the Blade Runner is a little different and more complicated.
He's got every gun in the city. I've got you.
It's a day like any other day, and he unintentionally uncovers a mystery that makes him and the audience question everything that they thought that they knew.
What you saw didn't happen.
Yes, madam.
It is our job to keep order.
You want it gone?
Erase everything.
In Blade Runner, it gradually evolved into a condition of him finding himself.
We're all just looking out for something real.
From that desperation comes a desire that is so strong that it will blind him. That was quite a beautiful arc for this character.
Tell me what you remember. Everything.
I know you're here.
Bring it to me.
Where is he?
I'm coming with you.
What's the plan?
Every civilization was built off the back of a disposable workforce. But I can only make so many. Happy birthday.
There is an order to things. That's what we do here. We keep order.
The world
world is built on a wall that separates kind. Tell either side there's no wall, you bought a war.
You're a cop. I did your job once. I was good at it.
I know.
What do you want?
I want to ask you some questions.
The key to the future is finally unearthed. Bring it to me.
They know you're here.
I always told you, you're special. Your story isn't over yet. There's still a page left.
I thought you might be able to help me with the case. Any idea where I could find him?
You police plan on taking me in?
I would much prefer that to the alternative.
Every leap of civilization was built off the back of slaves. Replicants are the future, but I can only make so many.
I had the luck.
And he has the key.
I think I found him.
That's not possible. If this gets out, we've bought ourselves a war.
You're a cop. I did your job once.
Things were simpler then.
What do you want?
I want to ask you some questions. What happened?
I covered my tracks. Scrambled the records. We were being hunted.
By who?
They know you're here.
You do not know what pain is yet. You will learn. Bring it to me.
This breaks the world.
We have to go.
I'm coming with you.
Where is he?
The future of the species is finally unearthed.